filling and caper cream cheese filling for the smoked salmon. And then finally, we have a mayonnaise-based deviled egg filling for the lobster. So you have three different kinds of filling, three different toppings. I know usually restaurants just put some cool toppings on there, but we went a step ahead and we're doing three different fillings, three different toppings. And this has been a really big mainstay here for the happy hour that we do serve. And then below that is our pan-seared octopus with a cucumber kimchi, and then a ají amarillo sauce, and both with the spiciness from the ají amarillo and the cucumber kimchi, which it's not actually fermented. We actually make a dressing and then just marinate the cucumbers. We don't ferment them. So you get the same great taste of a kimchi without that kind of funkiness you normally get from a regular fermented kimchi. The octopus, we braise it in its own liquid. So little people know that when you cook octopus, it actually, all the liquid from it actually leaches out because it's 99% water. So when that all leaches out, we actually cook the octopus in its own liquid, so we don't have to add another flavor like vegetable stock or a court bouillon, some people like to call it. We don't have to add that, so we're just cooking it in its own juices. And then finally, we sear it on our 600-degree plancha and with a little weight on top to give it some of that crispy skin. It's tender, crispy, and then it has a great little spice, a hint of spice with the ají amarillo.
I love that. You always know when we've got a chef on the show. It's not just a 15-second description of the dish. I have so many questions, not limited to the cooking the octopus in its own sauce, but tell everybody what Leo's is. What was Leo's concept initially? What was it supposed to be coming to River Oaks? And then what has it eventually grown up? It's kind of a teenager right now.
Yeah. And so, I started, I think Scott started almost 2 years back. I started a year prior to opening. And there was all these kinds of ideas of what we kind of wanted. And we went into kind of after going to the other restaurants in the area, Scott and I really wanted to make sure that this was another neighborhood jewel in the neighborhood crown, if you can say. This is a really popular neighborhood. Our guests have tried food everywhere, and they're either from the Montrose area or they're from the River Oaks area, but they all kind of congregate in this beautiful neighborhood. So we really wanted to make a dining room that can appease to a lot, and also a menu and a wine list that can appease to a lot of people, and creating a lot of options that way.
Yeah, and it's tricky when talking about a wine list or a drink program, even your happy hour, because like you mentioned, not only do you have a lot of diners in this area who are going all over town, they probably just came back from London last weekend also, right? So you're competing with that too.
Sure, they have significant experience eating and drinking everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So the idea was for Tim and I to help create a menu, an overall aesthetic that really appeal to everyone, but also that finer upscale diner that we're going for. A couple of things we've done to help with that. We've put together a whiskey and tequila list that is second to none in Houston.
And that's a big deal for people.
People love that stuff. I mean, if they're a whiskey file, then this is the place for them.
Good to know. This is a whiskey spot.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not a whiskey girl, but I know I have a lot of whiskey girls, and they like their spots. So
this should be a nice spot.
Okay, we're adding it to the spots. Yeah.
And then we have a wine list that is second to none. It's got while it might not have the quantity of certain places in Houston, it has got the depth, and it's got the finer wines that they would expect. We like to offer these options at a price point that is aggressive for the guest. I believe that wine is something that highlights every meal, and the easier it is to enjoy it, the more likely people will try it. And it's just something that should be, shared at dinner with friends.
So you're trying to make it more accessible.
100%.
Because the meal is just better when everybody is jovial and drinking and having a good time. So it's to their benefit to drink more. Bottom line, all we're trying to say is drink more at dinner. You know, it's okay. Within reason, be responsible, have a designated driver, but you know, drinking and eating at the table, that is the name of the game. That is how we have fun in a restaurant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. And what I do also love is that some of these drinks are on your happy hour menu too,
Sure.
right?
All of our signature cocktails and all of our classic cocktails are on the happy hour menu at 50% off.
I love that. Oh, that's a great
Yes,
price. Yeah, very accessible. All right, let's go back over to the Foodie Cam here at Leo's River Oaks. They just opened last October. Wow, y'all opened right into a busy holiday season.
We did.
And then you jumped off the cliff in January. All right, here we go. What are we looking at, Jeff?
So this is our charcuterie board. We kind of have a rule with our charcuterie board. It changes all the time. We buy different kinds of cheese. We buy different kinds of sliced salumi, and we pickled random vegetables, and that's kind of what it comes with. And you know, so like for us, always exploring. Right now, I'm kind of really into the Wisconsin blue cheese. There's several states actually that are kind of known just for that. Like for example, Wisconsin, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's known for the cheddar, right? And the kind of, now they're getting into this aging cheddar, and now they're getting into blue cheese, which the blue cheese that I've tried from, I think it's called Blue Hook, from Wisconsin. I mean, this is like, it's probably one of the best blue cheeses I've ever had, and it's so impressive to see them kind of going into that. But anyways, in each plate, you know, we'll say, okay, this week we have this kind of cheese, we have this salami, and it's coming with these pickled vegetables. You know, honestly, the pickled cauliflower, it's one of my favorite things. But it has a really delicious orange zest and turmeric flavor. And then finally, we have some roasted nuts and a little bit of roasted olives.
I see something on here, Chef, that you have neglected to mention.
The fig jam.
Yes. Can't forget the fig jam.
Of course not.
Where does the fig jam come from?
The fig jam, we actually make it in-house.
You do?
We do. So we take dried figs, and we have to clean them. We have to cut off all the stems, right?
Yeah.
And then we cook them in white wine and a little bit of vermouth, and reduce it down for about 3 hours. After that, this
is a dessert.
It's delicious.
Wait a minute.
And after this, we have to blend it, and then we pass it through a fine strainer, and that's always difficult, but it comes out with a great product. So
that's a lot of process.
It is
for a very tiny condiment.
It is, and
that you didn't even mention on the.
We sell a lot of it. We sell a lot of it, you know.
Well, yeah.
But hey, you know, it's delicious.
No, I love this, and this is such a great example of. A lot of places have charcuterie boards, and there's a wide range of charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
But when you see items like this, you realize, oh yeah, there's levels of charcuterie boards, and the fig jam is an excellent, and then the cauliflower. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's really good.
It's like orangey and citrus, and kind of, you know, you have it's really, really tasty.
And I like how you have it on the side for full indulgence rather than just a few sparing in a salad, because it deserves it. Oh my goodness. High five, Chef.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, back to the Foodie Cam we go. We're having way too much fun, and we haven't even gotten to the drinks yet. Okay, what are we looking at, Chef?
So this is our 8-ounce filet, and it's topped with our crab edition, or kind of similarly a crab cake. And it's just accompanied with, all of our steaks are accompanied with confit tomatoes. It's kind of our garnish, our kind of ode to steakhouse dining, where something is garnished. Everyone has their own signature, you know, garnish, whether it's, you know, a roasted carrot or a sprig of roasted rosemary or some garlic, right? I opted out for doing the confit tomatoes. They're confit with garlic, rosemary, onions, all that stuff that you already put on the plate. So for a normal steakhouse, and then we kind of did that on the side. And then to just speak a little bit about our filet comes from Meat by Lynn's out of Chicago. Very, very consistent product. They actually invited me to Oklahoma to go to one of one of their farms, their cattle ranches.
How was that?
Well, I'm invited, so I'm going to
Oh, okay.
go there in